I'm Lyle Muller, and I am serving as the editor for the Iowa Writers Collaborative Emerging Journalists Corps. And we have another story for you today. These are stories written by college student journalists that we think ought to have a wider audience than just on their college campuses. The writer for this story is Avery Dykstra, who is from Urbandale. She wrote a story about energy drinks, a popular but not necessarily safe study aid. You can read the story at our website. The address is below. But in the meantime, listen to this short interview that I did with Avery about her interest in this story. Avery, thank you for talking with me about the story that you did for the Emerging Journalists Corps about the use of energy drinks amongst college students. And can you talk to me a little bit about why you picked this topic to write about?
Yeah, of course. In my generation, I've seen a lot of my friends go from coffee to energy drinks a lot lately, and I'll go to the store, and there's so many brands popping up every few months. Just a new trend. And I don't know how much this correlates, but there's been sales at stores like Panera doing that charged lemonade and that Alani case where that cheerleader passed, and even like a close case to mine, um, family friend who passed, and the correlation could be energy drinks. So I think a lot of students and just the younger generation in general aren't aware of a lot of the ingredients in energy drinks. So I think just bringing awareness to the topic, because sometimes people don't really know how much they're consuming daily.
You said someone in your family passed and there may have been a correlation. How old was that
Family
person?
friend.
Yeah. Oh, family friend. How old was that
Mhm.
person?
He was, I think, 22, 23.
Okay. In college?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the appeal? Why, especially, and I'm thinking about it in terms of this time of year in which we're talking, which is the end of the school year, but what's the appeal
Yeah.
of these drinks?
Yeah, so I mean, on campus, especially, it's a lot of the culture. If one friend wants to grab a drink, another friend is like, me too. Especially since we're getting close to the end of the semester and it's finals week, people are getting that extra boost to stay up late and study, or they're just really stressed and they want to have more focus. So there's multiple reasons, just a lot of projects, papers, exams. I'd say that for focus, and also I just think culture.
How about you? Have you tried?
I am a coffee drinker. I will drink bubblers, which is more of a natural caffeine, but not that much. Like I drink maybe once a month.
What's your hope for this story? What did you want to accomplish in writing it?
I think I wanted to look at the numbers on our campus specifically, because we sell a lot of Monsters, which is promoted as zero sugar, but there's just a lot of other ingredients in there. Um, and I think some students don't really know the symptoms, how it can correlate to energy drinks, like the sleeplessness, anxiety, and then I learned about dehydration. So I think maybe having them pause and think and being like, maybe I do drink too much, and reflecting on if that is too much, how they can change that.
You have sophomore standing at the University of Northern Iowa, but you're in your first year. You're finishing your first year,
I am,
correct?
yes.
Yeah. Are you surprised that you were able to write something that might be able to have some kind of impact?
You know, I was surprised when my professor first was like, hey, I'm going to publish this in the Northern Iowan because, I mean, I came into you and I knowing about the paper, and I was like, maybe at some point I'll write for them. So this definitely gave me an opportunity to think more about that. I've always loved writing. Teachers in high school have said it comes naturally to me. So yeah, I think it was just a big shock that, especially in my first year, that someone like my professor Martin would recognize that and push me to keep going.
And Professor Martin is Professor Christopher Martin
That's
up at the
correct.
University of Northern Iowa. Any final words? Any final thoughts about your piece?
Um, I think this is geared towards students, and it's really stressful the time we're in right now, college students especially. But I think finding other ways to get that focus, and maybe reflect more on what you're actually putting into your body. If something has zero sugar, that doesn't necessarily mean it's good